Russ is a Los Angeles Laker. I'm the coach. We talk about Laker business.
I'm an easygoing guy. Hold grudges against anybody. Life is too short, man.
The NBA offseason has come and gone, and we are now officially in the NBA preseason, as evidenced by the fact that the Phoenix Suns literally lost to a G League team. But jokes aside, it seems like the part of the year where teams are trying to make adjustments to their respective rosters is officially over, save for training camp cuts and preseason cuts. Sorry, LiAngelo Ball. But that doesn't necessarily appear to be the case with the Los Angeles Lakers, because we have a bombshell of an update for you guys today. So before we get to the content, we are continuing the NBA 2K23 giveaways on my Twitter account. All you have to do is follow me on Twitter, and we also drop codes on my Instagram story as well, at TheFlightMike for both. Now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? So the Los Angeles Lakers appear to have chosen their destiny for this upcoming season. They are going to do their best to ride with Russell Westbrook after originally attempting to trade Russell Westbrook for Kyrie Irving, which didn't pan out because the Los Angeles Lakers weren't willing to include their future 2027 and 2029 first round draft picks in any trade for Kyrie Irving. Following that, they tried to trade Russell Westbrook potentially for some role players from the Utah Jazz, whether that's Bojan Bogdanovic, Michael Conley, and Jordan Clarkson. And none of those trades ended up happening. There's only one trade that the Los Angeles Lakers could do at this point. And this is where it gets really interesting, because this one trade is officially their all-in trade. It means once they make this trade, that's it for the LeBron era. This is the team that he is rolling with for the foreseeable future. So if you remember previously, when we made videos on this topic, we discussed how the Los Angeles Lakers were going to experiment with Russell Westbrook. There was this possibility that they could bring him off of the bench. Now, bear in mind, Russell Westbrook scoffed at the idea of coming off of the bench. We saw some footage of Russell Westbrook working on his three-point jumper, and the hope for the Los Angeles Lakers is that Russell Westbrook would be willing to take on a more defensive role in this upcoming season. Now, look, I already said this many times. I don't see the Lakers succeeding this season. I want them to succeed. I'm a diehard Laker fan. I mean, like, look at my jersey wall, man. I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan and a huge Laker fan. But at the same time, I'm very realistic. The Lakers are coming into this upcoming season with essentially the same roster building philosophy as they did in previous seasons. I mean, last year they decided to go all in on the core of Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, sacrificing some of their depth in order to do so. And what did they do for depth? Well, they depended on old veterans that were on veteran minimum contracts. That's all they could really afford. In addition to Kendrick Nunn, who didn't play at all whatsoever. I'm not saying that they're going to be as bad as last year, but I am not expecting a championship season from this iteration of the Los Angeles Lakers. And I will admit, I do like some of their additions. I do think Damian Jones and Thomas Bryant are really cool additions. I'm very excited about Dennis Schroeder. I think he really could make an impact for the Lakers this upcoming season. And the fact that Kendrick Nunn is coming back and so far performing fairly well in preseason in of itself is enough for the Lakers to see a nice little improvement. I still don't see this team being able to beat the Golden State Warriors, the Los Angeles Clippers, maybe the Phoenix Suns, because the Phoenix Suns are falling apart and we made our own video on that. The Memphis Grizzlies, the Denver Nuggets, the Dallas Mavericks, and hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if they can't even beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in a series either. Look out for that Pat Bev revenge game. So this brings us to, okay, Mike, well, what trade would the Lakers be willing to make at this point? Well, Shams Charania posted a very interesting tweet a couple of days ago saying, inside, the Los Angeles Lakers seriously considering a Blockbuster trade on the eve of training camp, the franchise's internal collaborative debates, and the possibilities that exist in the coming weeks and months. I love the way that this information is packaged for us, because it sounds like the Lakers are still open-minded to moving Russell Westbrook. And this entire article centers around one last trade that the Lakers could make. But this trade is going to be it if they make it. So here's where it gets juicy. Vice President of Basketball Operations and General Manager Rob Pelinka, owner Jeannie Buss, and Senior Basketball Advisor Kurt Rambis seriously considered sending Russell Westbrook and unprotected first-round picks in 2027 and 2029 to the Pacers for center Miles Turner and guard Buddy Hield, sources said. They held a series of meetings in the days leading up to camp to analyze the possible Pacers deal from every angle, with the views of Ham and Lakers executives Joey and Jesse Buss also being considered in the process. The organization even delayed the midweek news conference for Pelinka and Ham as the debate continued. And it says in this article, there were times that there was momentum towards getting a deal done. And it comes to one simple conundrum. Do the Lakers put all their chips on the table now, or do they save them for a better deal down the line? Would Miles Turner and Buddy Hield be difference makers in contending for a championship long term, or would Turner's looming free agency this summer undermine their big picture plan? Could you imagine how much that would suck if you're the Lakers? I mean, the 2027 and 2029 picks are probably the most valuable assets in the entire NBA. The reason being because the Lakers are willing to part with them, and there is no doubt in anyone's mind whatsoever that the Lakers are going to be absolute dog during the 2027 and 2029 seasons. I mean, I would be so shocked if they were even slightly good during those years. But if they do make this trade, that's it. You don't have assets anymore. You have no players that people really want to trade for. Miles Turner could leave in the offseason, which would completely screw over the Los Angeles Lakers. And there is also one big question. Although Miles Turner and Buddy Hield are significant upgrades to the starting lineup that the Lakers currently have, would you consider them the difference between winning a championship and not winning a championship? I think that's the burning question. And to be honest, if you're asking me, no. It's nothing to do with the Lakers, but dude, you have the Golden State Warriors who are deep as hell, the Clippers who are healthy and deep as hell. You have the Nuggets who are healthy and, well, deep as hell. The Memphis Grizzlies are trending upward. I mean, there are so many teams, and this is before we get to the Phoenix Suns, who, don't get me wrong, are imploding currently. But do I think that the addition of Buddy Hield and Miles Turner to the core of Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and I don't know who our starting point guard would be at that point, Kendrick Nunn maybe? No, I really don't. I mean, I think it's enough to be competitive, but I don't think it's enough to win a championship, and that's me being brutally honest. And once you do that, your hands are tied for the foreseeable future. There is no possibility of adding Kyrie Irving in next year's offseason, or Andrew Wiggins, who becomes a free agent. There's no possibility of adding him either. Why would you burn your remaining assets for a chance to be competitive this year and, I guess, preserve LeBron James's season or one of LeBron James's good years when you could keep those picks for potentially another deal down the line and just sign a free agent when Russell Westbrook's contract expires? That seems to be the more logical approach. There are consequences for actions. I mean, there are times where you invest in something and it just doesn't pan out. In this case, LeBron James and Anthony Davis really pushed for Russell Westbrook, and ultimately it didn't pan out, and they have to pay the price of sacrificing 2 of their good seasons just so they could get Russell Westbrook's contract off of the books. There's no point in going all in so you could be mediocre. You might as well just keep going with what you have currently and hope for the best for next offseason. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this. Do you agree with my take? Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.